Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's do another round of candle reviews. I'm going to have two for you guys today per usual. This first one is the Kringle Country Candle scent in Grapefruit and Rosemary. And a little bit later on today, we will be talking about another one of the new spring fragrances, but that one is from just the regular soy line. So let's go ahead and get into Grapefruit and Rosemary. First of all, if you have been like out of the loop, the country candles are no longer paraffin. Kringle decided to go ahead and make the switch from paraffin to a soy formulation. And while I think a lot of people were really excited about that change, I know a lot of other people were not because they love paraffin candles. I will tell you that a lot of those paraffin candles from previous seasons that were left over after the switchover have actually started showing up in places like Marshall's, HomeGoods, TJ Maxx, and they are, I think, right around like the $12.99 price point. So if you come across the Kringle Country Candles in the wild, and you do love their soy formulation, I would definitely encourage you to pick up some of your favorites. I think that they made the decision to go ahead and send these to like Marshall's and HomeGoods and TJ Maxx because, they can definitely sell off quite a number of them in bulk and, kind of probably get rid of some of the inventory that they had on hand at their warehouse. Because going forward, the country candles are going to be the soy formulation. So they're not going to be going back to paraffin, but you can definitely find some great deals on some paraffin candles if you're interested. Even if you don't like the paraffin formulation and you are someone who owns a candle crock, for $12.99, I think those candles are perfect to pick up and literally just use in a candle crock. Whether they are the medium jars or the large jars, you are going to get like well over a week, probably close to 2 weeks worth of fragrance out of one of those jars. So I think they're totally worth picking up. And quite honestly, if I run across some of my favorite scents, I would totally consider picking up some of the paraffin candles myself, even though I will readily admit that I never really cared for the Kringle Country Candle paraffin formulation. I can smell that underlining like paraffin wax note. And also I think the overall burn is just much messier. Now, while I think that this is a much cleaner burn with the soy formulation, I do still think there is a little bit of variation in terms of strength and throw that maybe needs to be sorted out because there is a little bit of inconsistency from candle to candle in terms of like a solid, kind of across the board strength and throw. But this is new, and so I expect there to be like a season or two of learning and figuring out what is really going to work best with this kind of a big changeover. So anyway, now that you have your little history lesson there, let's go ahead and get into the scent description here. Before we get too far into it, I will tell you right now, this is probably one of my least favorite Kringle scents that I've smelled in a long time. There is something so insanely, overwhelmingly potent about the rosemary that they use here that it makes it almost unenjoyable for me. And that's why you are only seeing a kind of beginning burn review here. I have definitely burned this several times. I've taken one for the team and had this lit for multiple hours just because I wanted to be able to kind of see what the overall like strength and throw was for a few burns in. But I did not enjoy it at all. So I do actually have a girlfriend that really likes this one. She came over when I was burning it one time and was like, "Oh my God, that smells so fresh and delicious. What is that?" And I was like, "You can have it. I just need to like film my review, but you can have it." So this is going to a new home after this video. But I still want to review it for you guys. All right, so scent description. Grapefruit and rosemary. Juicy pink grapefruit and sparkling bergamot are accompanied by earth grounding wild rosemary, some lavender, and dewy garden greens. Our top notes here are sparkling bergamot and lemon leaf, as well as the juicy pink grapefruit. The mid notes are wild rosemary, white lavender, and dewy garden greens. The base is creamy white woods and musk. So what are you getting here? Okay, first of all, I can tell that the grapefruit that's in here is quite a nice grapefruit. It is a very intense, sweet kind of grapefruit vibe. Very enjoyable. I like the grapefruit part of this a lot, but I would actually say that this is only about, I'll be generous and say like 40% grapefruit. You guys, the other 60% is basically rosemary and a really potent, intense herbal, like true earthy herbal rosemary. Is way too much rosemary. I am someone who enjoys a citrus and herbal scent. You guys know how I feel about the Sicilian orange. Absolute perfection to my nose. That one I think has more of a focus on the orange with that little bit of herbal. It's basically like 80% orange, 20% like kind of nice herbal blend with the Sicilian orange. And this is almost like polar opposite. I think this is way too much herb for my liking. I think it would have actually been a much better scent if it just had like a few drops of that like rosemary essential oil vibe. And that's really also the other thing, is that like this smells intensely like a rosemary essential oil. Not even so much like you were going out to your garden and smelling fresh rosemary. Like you can tell it's like a concentrated, like pure, like rosemary essential oil type rosemary scent. It's just way too harsh to my nose. In fact, it takes away from all of these other notes. For the life of me, like if you told me there was bergamot in here, I would say, no, there's not, because I can't smell it at all. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. I don't even smell the lavender, and your girl here does not really care for lavender, and I can pick it out. Like I'm a bloodhound with lavender. If it's in either some kind of body care situation or in a candle format or in a wax melt, I will pick that lavender out, and sometimes I will be okay with it if it's done well, but more times than not, I just am like, oh, absolutely not. I don't even smell the lavender in here. That is how much rosemary is in this one. I am so curious to hear some other people's take on this one. I know there are people out there who love these herbal scents, and I'm just kind of dying to know your thoughts on this one. If it is as much of a, like, I feel like it's just not a good mix. I really think that if this were reversed and there was more focus on the grapefruit, that it would just be a nicer scent. But you guys tell me. If you have this one, let me know. But let's talk strength and throw. So unfortunately here, or I guess fortunately if you like the scent, the strength and throw of this one are pretty substantial. I'm gonna put the strength of this one at like a 7.5. And the throw is, I mean, this really wants to fill the bulk of the downstairs of the house when I'm burning it. And I don't know if that is just a situation of me like being hyper focused on this scent. I usually have at least 1 or 2 other candles going at any given time. And this one just wants to like overpower any other candle that I have burning. Even if it's like kind of a strong like Bath and Body Works scent, this one just wants to mingle in there and it's just insert itself. So I don't know, throw, I'm gonna put it at an 8. And that is because I can smell it through pretty much the bulk of the downstairs of the house. And It's a lot, you guys. This is, if you're looking for a powerhouse from Kringle, at least that's what my experience has been with this one. That being said, you know, I do think there probably is a market for a fragrance like this. I am probably not the target audience for this one. If you're looking for something that has a lot of like herbalness to it, I think you're going to enjoy this one. In terms of like the overall burn, I have not really had any issues with sooting or discoloring at all. I have been burning these candles for 3 hours at a time, which is kind of my usual burn time. I try to kind of cycle through candles every like 3 to 4 hours. It allows me to get through a lot more, and you know, I definitely limit the number that I have lit at any given time. Like, I don't want to have 6 candles going. Like, at most it's like 2 or 3. Let those go for about 3 hours, blow them out, give the house a chance to kind of breathe for maybe an hour, and then light another round of candles. So yeah, no issues with this one in terms of like sooting or anything like that. I will say that I've noticed that there is some residue that is definitely left behind with the soy wax. You can see here pretty clearly what the typical wax pool is. I did just light this before starting this video, so as you can see, it has not fully pulled out yet, but that's a pretty deep wax pool. I think that that is definitely why you get some decent strength and throw out of this one. But yeah, if you're into this kind of scent, definitely check it out. I think right now they are out of the daylights, so I would say check out the wax melts if you are interested in checking this one out. I'm not sure when the daylights will be back in stock on that one, but anyway, those are my thoughts. I wish I could have been a little bit more positive about this one, but you know, sometimes you get a candle that you're, oh, sorry about Alf. He's having a meltdown about something. Yeah, sometimes you just get a candle and you're like, yeah, nope, this isn't it. And that's what the case is here. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Check out the description box. I'll put a link to where to purchase Kringle candles. And like I said, keep an eye out at your, you know, various Marshalls, Home Goods, TJ Maxx places for the paraffin candles. All right, I gotta go see what's up with my dog. Thank you guys for watching, and subscribe if you're new. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.